All right. Hi, good evening, everyone. Is my voice audible? Just for a quick confirmation. Is it audible, clear, crystal clear? Yes. All right. How many of you? Okay, just for a quick confirmation. All right. So stay tuned, guys. So what we'll be doing today is we'll be having some few interesting stuff that we'll be doing today. So today, what we'll be doing, we'll be starting with. Let's start with the game. We'll learn about function. Let's start with the game. How many of you know about the game that is the rock paper and scissors? Anyone? Anyone who have already played or know have a brief idea about the game rock paper and scissors? Yes. Any idea? All right. And anyone who has any idea about the game, like how is it and all? Let's see. Yes. Okay. Can anyone tell me the rule? Ro- Anyone who can tell me the rule? Any single rule? Okay. It's something like okay. Okay. The game is something like this. We have the hand game where we have this is rock, then this is paper, and this is scissor. So Caesar beats the paper but loses to the rock. Okay, that's the rule. Okay, and while playing, you need to face two. It's a two-player game mostly. So face the other player and hold your uh, hands at your stomach or anything at what position if you want. Then what you need to do? Count rock paper scissors and by tapping it your hand, and then you show what by calling out rock paper scissors. You show that yes you're right. So while playing, the opponent also does the same, and you have the precedence like rock has higher precedence, like then the Caesar paper has higher precedence than the rock, and the Caesar also has the higher precedence than the paper. So this is how the game continues. All right. So how many of you are interested? Like, shall we start building the game? Okay. Shall we start? All right, so let's start building the game. So today in this, let me increase the font size. Is it visible clearly right now? Just for the quick confirmation, let's build a new file. So this is not the best, what you can say is not the efficient version of the game. This is just for giving you a demonstration on how the basic version of the game begins, and just to understand you about the functions. What is a function and how the function works. So rock, paper, scissor dot html. So what I'll be doing, I will do the most basic version of the game. I'll write everything in a single HTML file. What's your assignment will be to complete this. Okay, to complete this whole assignment and separate the HTML code, styling code into multiple file, like the ways you I have said, like separate the JS code in the src file, separate the CSS code in a .css file and store it in its desired location and all. So this is what you guys need to do. All right, is it clear? If you find this game as interesting, you can just write interesting in the chat. Yes, is it interesting? Are you excited for the game? Yes, how many of you are excited for the game, for building the game? Yes, just for the quick confirmation. All right. uh, CSS or the styling code, what you can say, the code you need, where to submit the assignment. For the assignment submission, okay, I'll be asking the mod team will be helping you guys. I think there is a link or something. Okay, the team will let you know. Just uh, further now, focus on the let's focus on the topic first. So we have a lot of things to do. Like today, what we'll be covering right now in today's session will be covering the functions. We'll know about the document manipulation and event handling stuff. All right, so these are the things mostly we'll be covering. We'll be deep diving to the functions, the arrow functions, and all the stuffs. All right, so before starting the game, can anyone tell me what is a function? Yes, can anyone tell me what is a function? Yes, anyone in the chat? Can anyone tell me what is a function? Yes. No, basically, a basic idea of HTML and CSS is fine. HTML, I have already covered most of the thing, like the basics. If you have any doubt, you can ask me, but it is not mandatory. The assignment I'll be telling you, okay, for this class. So what you need to separate all the files. Okay, Ajit is saying which perform a different operation. Okay, others, uh, I want your response, guys. You need to be super active. Others, what is a function? Can anyone tell me? One of the main okay, let me tell you. Function is one of the main building block of what you can say is the uh, it is one of the main building block of any programming language. Okay, and you can access it if you want a part of the code to access it or a block of the code to access it multiple times for the program. You can use function. Okay, and it falls, one of the things to keep in mind, it falls under the object type object type in the data type list. Okay, the function falls in the object type in the data type list. All right, so let's start with the basic function. So how the function looks like. Okay, okay, I can see a few more other answers. Knowledge block is saying a block of code that performs a specific task, and Arun is showing the function is a building block of a program. Okay, very good. It also, one of the major key factor is it lets us to reduce the code block. Okay, all right, so let's start building. So how the function looks like. A function uses a keyword that is called as the function to define a function. Okay, you need, okay, let me build a HTML file in the body for now. Script tag. Okay, then function. Okay, then the name of the function. What is the name of the function? Let's name it as script. Okay, and okay, let's do one more thing. Extensions. Let me add a few extensions right now. HTML, CSS, IntelliSense, CSS. Okay, these are the few things. This is not mandatory, but you guys can install this too. HTML, CSS support for ID completion, quick completion of ID and all. Help you to quickly complete the ID and all stuff. And IntelliSense for CSS. These two extensions you can install for now. Let's ignore that for a bit. All right, so then what you can do as you do console.log. Okay, and HELLO. So this is the function keyword, then the name of the function, then it started with the curly brace. Then this is the block of code. Okay, this curly braces, what it holds is the block of the code that is, or has a sentence that or you can say instruction that it is going to do when it is called, or perform when it is called. So when you, this is when you call a function to do something, the statement that is written inside this braces, that will function. So basically this is a called as a function declaration. Okay, in function declaration, this is called as a function declaration. Okay, so there are few do's and don'ts also will be coming to that point. So this is the basic function declaration, and to call a function, how you call a function to make it work. If you write only this function declaration, it won't work unless and until you call. Like let's say let's say we have few students in our sessions, right? Let's say we have a few students in our session. We have Ajit, we have Arun, we have Sirsendu, we have Sunil. Let's say their parents gave their name. Okay, their parents, individual parents gave their name to them. Unless and until they, if giving the name doesn't work or make the people listen, unless and until you call the person by name, unless you call Ajit, hi Ajit, do this task for me. I Arun, do this task for me. Okay, unless and until you call them for performing a certain kind of task, they won't be responding. All right. So for this purpose, we need to call them to do a certain kind of task for us. So that is the reason we need to call the function to make it work. Okay, to make it work. And something, how do we do that? Create reserve, we call a function. All right, to make it work. Okay, right click, open in live server. Okay, then guys, how many of you are doing along with me? Yes, anyone who is doing along with me? Can anyone here who is doing along with me? Yes, no in the chat. Because today we'll be building a game. So guys, what I want is I want you guys to be super active and do the stops along with me, right? All right. So let's proceed to the next step. Okay. Okay. I am doing Stein Bulky Notice. Okay. Very good. Very good. Cool. All right. So thank you. All right. So let's start. So this is what we call the function, and let me give you a live demo like how this stuff works. So what I'll do is share screen and window. Uh, yeah. Share. So here, okay, the screen will be shared with you guys. Just be there. Uh, yes. All right. The screen will be shared. Happy. So everyone, you can just see how it is working. Okay. How many of for how many of you it is working? Okay. And for how many of you it is not? Yes. All right. What if it is working for you? Okay. Let me. You can see here. You can see hello right here. Okay. All right. So something, this is all about function declaration. Okay. There is one more thing that you need to know about, that is function expression. Okay. There is one more thing that you need to understand is function expression. Okay. So let me stop sharing and share the screen again to make you understand like what is function expression. Hmm, yeah. Okay. The screen is shared. So this, let me function declaration. Can anyone tell me, those who have already idea on this, can anyone tell me what is a function expression? Okay, IGT sign, very good. If you got it, then IGT in the chat. If you, and yes, I am waiting for the answer. Any answer. There is nothing like to be worried about. That this will be right, this will be wrong. There is no one is here to judge you. Any answer which you are feeling, just give it a try. Okay, in shorter terms, like in a easier term, what you can say is function expression stores a function in a variable. Okay, function expression stores a function in a variable and call them in a way, and you can call them in any way and store that value in you want. Okay, to make it more simplified, guys, if you are enjoying the session, don't forget to hit the like button. Okay, and this, if you're enjoying the sessions, okay, everyone, I want everyone, if you are enjoying the session, please do it. Okay, hello will be printed on the console. Okay, all right, so let me do that. Let me give you a function expression. So what we can do is const. Okay, const, then let's take one more name of the functions, pick. Okay, so we are storing a value. We store the function in a variable. Okay, so function store, then what you do, function, okay, then how you write the function, okay, in the normal way. Same console dot log, then put day, okay. And one more thing you need to keep in mind, here at the end of the function you do not need to add any semicolon, okay, but here in the function expression this is a very important thing you need to do, okay. And but the calling process is same. It's great. Okay, so let's see. Are you done with this? So I'll be sharing the screen of the browser, okay. So I'll be sharing the screen of the browser. Okay, those who are seeing not working, just have a look on the call. Mhm. At the end of the session you'll be getting the link of everything. All right, so let me share the screen, and so that we can have a look on how this will look. All right, so just give me a moment. Share screen, window, and the screen is shared. Okay, so this is here, you can see hello and good day. Okay, the same task, but here is a difference. I'll tell you different use cases of it. Okay, so the word functions. So here, mm, rules for functions name. Okay, let me write it also. I'll be sharing the screen again. Just give me a moment. And window, share screen. Yeah, screen is shared. So let me tell you few of the rules. Okay, rules for naming. Okay, the rules for the naming is you can't use special words in the function. Okay, can't use special words in the function, like, and you can't start the function name with a number. You cannot start the function name with a number. You cannot use the special words, special symbols in the functions. You cannot use the special characters like at the rate, exclamations as the function name. Okay, what is the best practice? Best practice is to use the camel case while writing the name of a function. Okay, is it clear? Okay, the screen is not shared, but it's what uh, I'm telling you right now. Okay, yeah, it's right. Yeah, all right. It's visible. All right, working for me. Very nice. Okay, it's like a single line. All right. So this is what it is. Okay. So let's now jump to the rock paper and scissor game. All right. So let's start with the game directly. So for the game, what is important is, let me tell you the process, like why and what we are building. Okay. So for this, just give me a moment. Let me check if everything is all right. Hmm. Okay, there are few things I need to tell you. So how the gaming thing is, how the game thing will work. Let me give you a glance of it. Okay. So what we'll be building is, we'll be building a rock paper scissors game. Okay, in which what we are keeping will be will be having few of the things. Let me give you a summary first, like the key points. Here we'll be using something as a math random function that will generate any decimal number between 0 to 1. And here we'll be using the if statement to divide the possible range of the random number, like 0 to 1, okay, into three equal parts. The range 0 to 1 into three equal parts, or you can say to assign the moves. We'll be using the if else statement to assign the moves of rock, paper, and scissor. We'll be using the if statement to assign the moves of rock, paper, and scissor. And for showing the result, like what is the end result when a computer shows one move and you do one move, what is the end result, that will be shown in the computer. But there is one more thing that we are going to do in this game. So let me give you what I'll be doing is, let me give you a glance of one more thing. Yeah, let me give you a glance of how this game looks like. Okay, so let me share the screen and present it to you. Just give me a moment. All right, so this is how the rock paper scissors, a basic version of the game, okay, looks like. Okay, when so you have the rock paper scissor written right here. This is what you will be selecting, rock paper or scissor, and the randomly computer will be choosing one at that end. Okay, so if you select rock, the computer, you here it you so you picked rock, the computers picked scissor. The scissor, the other computer thing will be randomly done. Random input will be provided, and here you'll see you picked rock, computer picked scissor, and here you win. All right, is it interesting? How many of you find it interesting? Super easy game. We'll be building it a very quick order. So are you ready, guys? How many of you are ready for building the game? I want to see how many of you are ready for the game. All right, ready? I want to see. Okay, ready. All right, yes. Okay, super, super, super. So let's start. Yes, kind of excited. Okay, very good. All right, so what I want you guys to do is get ready with your VS Code. Okay, I will be starting the game right now. We'll start directly with the code. All right, so let's learn something new. Let's do something interesting. All right, so here, let me remove everything for now. Or what I'll do is, let me copy everything. Build a file function .html, and inside it let me put all of this, and let me clear the script part of this game. All right, so basically here what we need the title right here, which I am writing everything in the body part and the script part, but your task will be to make the code efficient. Okay, make the code a better version of it by simply dividing this game into multiple files, multiple models, and all stuff. Okay, so let's name the game. Okay, rock paper scissor. Okay, let's build the game. So this is the title. We have the title. In the body, what we'll be doing is we'll be writing like same thing. Let me copy this, and here I'll be adding one more thing. Choose a button below to play. Okay, choose the button below to play. All right, so this is just for idea, like someone by seeing this can understand, like you need to click this button in order to play the game. All right, rock paper scissors. Yes. Okay, at the end of this I'll be telling you where to submit that assignment. Okay, at the end of this game I'll or one of our team member will be helping you with the link, or we'll see something, we'll be figuring out. Okay, I'll be letting you know. Okay, all right. So here what we need three buttons. Okay, what we need three buttons in this game. One for the rock, one for the scissor, one for the paper. Okay, clear? So let's quickly build those. So here what I'll be doing is button in this button, and what I'll be doing is I'll be writing rock, and I'll add one on click event. What will happen when you click on this button? So on click event, and in the on click event, what I'll be doing is I'll be calling a function. Okay, we'll come to this, like to play the game. and which will take the input parameter as rock. Okay, is it clear? This is the name of the function which I am calling right now, and it is taking a parameter that is rock. Okay, so this is what on click is happening for us. And then what you guys can do is the style part. The style part also you can just work on, like the background color. Let's give it something as beige. Normal text color, let it be border radius. Okay, let's give it a width to it, or width and height. So width 100 pixel. Okay, height, let's give it 100 pixel. Okay, and then let's give it a your border radius, half of the height and width, that is the 50 pixel. Okay, this is what we can do right now. Save it. Okay, so this should work. Yeah, this should work. Then what we'll be doing, if you want to add any emoji, I am sharing a link right now with you, which one you can use to add emoji. Okay, to add emojis to the game. So just give me a moment, let me check the there is a website called as Emojipedia, and there is a website Emojipedia. Okay, you can use that website to select the emojis, find the emojis. Okay, I'm sharing the link in the chat. Even the I'll also ask the team to share with you. I'm sharing in the chat also there, so the team also will be sharing with you. So this is for emoji. Okay, so the link is shared. Okay, even the team will be sharing with you. I have shared the link at the team. Okay, and yeah, so Emojipedia, go to the website, select any emoji which you want. For me, I need some of the emojis, like for the rock I need something like this. Okay, and for the paper I need open hand, and for the Caesar I need something like it. Okay, so let me search, go there, search for the uh, any emojis which you want, and it will show you all the emojis. Okay, and from there what you can do is select any emoji which you want to use, and you are good to go. All right, so what I'll do is, yeah, that's it. So for now I will do the same thing. I'll copy this raw, and I'll just change it to paper paper, and I will also write paper paper, and one more button I need for the scissors. See, here one of the biggest mistake what we have done is I have repeated the same code for multiple time, which is a bad practice. So this will be your assignment. Keep all the styling instead of repeating this. What you need to do is give a class name. Okay, implement this in all the buttons. Write the code in the CSS in an external CSS file, so that it will be implemented in this particular project. Okay, clear? Any question? If you have any questions, you can ask me right now. Okay, what is this? Mhm. All right. Yes, you can. All right. So now we have three buttons. Okay, for now we have three buttons, that is rock, paper, and scissor. All right. Only building the like buttons won't help us in what is running the game. Okay, only building the button won't help us in running the game. To make it interactive, we need to make use of the JavaScript. Okay, that is the main thing we need to understand. To make it interactive, we need to make the use of the JavaScript. Okay, and for the JavaScript, we'll be using the JavaScript and we'll be learning the, since we have recently used the function, we'll be implementing. Yes, that's what I'll be telling you how to take the inputs. On click on the button, we'll be taking the input from the user of a certain string. Okay, well, when a person clicks on the button, we take the input of a certain string. Like here on click, we are passing a value right here, and once it is done, input is done, what we'll be doing will be like generating a random input from the computer, from rock and paper and scissors, and we'll be comparing, and according to the rules of the game, which I said at the previous stage, we'll be deciding who is the winner of the particular game and all. So this is how the rock paper scissors game works. Okay, cool. Ready to start with the script part. Okay, let's start with the script part. So we have a very limited time, so let's try to finish the game, and we also have few more things to learn. So let's do that. So here what we'll be doing is, let's move inside the script. Okay, start with inside the script part. In the script, we'll write the function keyword to use a function, and we'll name a function that is known as play game. Okay, okay, this is play game, the name of the function, and here we'll pass something as player move. So this function will take a, which part you are not understanding, do ask me. Like, so this is what I am not understanding. Okay, so this is the thing I am not understanding, guys. Do ask me right there only. Okay, in case if you are unable to understand any specific part of the code, just ask me. So here what we are doing is, the function that we are having right here is taking one parameter, and after that we'll inside the braces, curly braces, will be writing within the parenthesis after the function name, we'll put all the parameters, and with the current like curly braces, we'll write the code that is need to be executed. So how the execution thing will happen, let me give you a brief idea. So initially what we'll be doing is, okay, the first case will function here, the function has one parameter which represents the player move in the game, that is the rock paper and scissor, which we are taking on the click of the button. This player move parameter value we are taking on the click of the button. So here you can see, every on click we are passing one parameter, like scissor. If someone is clicking the scissor button, it is passing the parameter scissor paper. From there we are taking this, and we are getting the which move the player is doing. Then what we'll be doing is, we'll build one another function, and we'll name it as pick computer move. So basically this will, what the main motive of this function will be, this will generate a random move for the computer. Okay, here we'll call another function which will generate a random move on the computer function, that is rock paper scissors, and this is the result of the function call. The result of that function call will be stored in the variable that is named as computer move. Okay, the result of that random value that is generated for the computer, that will be stored in the variable that is computer move. Okay, are you guys getting it? Okay, just to take the input. Okay, so this is what will be we are doing. I hope your answer is clear, Stein. So this player move will take the input from this, like to take to understand which move the player is doing, like as a user we are doing. Okay, so this is what we are doing. So for that we are doing, then constant computer move, which I said computer move equals triple equals to, sorry, assigning it as quick computer move. This was a randomly generated uh, function which will be defining. Well, we haven't defined it right now, but we'll be defining this soon. Okay, so we're just implementing, we're just picking the value, the return value of this, and storing it inside the computer move to understand what move the computer is doing. And again, we are just uh, okay, ig testing. Okay, cool. Then what we'll be doing, we'll write a line that declares a variable, something called as result, and it initializes with the empty string. It initializes with the empty string, and that variable will be used to store the outcome of the game, like who is winning or losing, or it is a tie. For that, we are creating this variable. So let result equals to this. Okay. Then now you know why we are doing the result, why this result is used. Okay, then comes the main part of the code. So here we'll be using a if statement that checks if the player moved is Caesar, then this statement will start with something like this. If the player move is Caesar, then we'll check, inside it will check if the computer move is rock, then we'll compare it with the computer move. If the computer move is rock, the result will be you lose. If the computer move is paper, then you win. Or else, if the computer move is Caesar, then the game is tie. So this is what we are trying to do right now. So we'll be writing a if statement, okay, which checks the player move if the player move is Caesar. Okay, so let's do that. Similarly, we'll write the code for everything. So if, okay, the player move comparing is Caesar, okay, if the player move is Caesar, then what we'll be doing is we'll check then the computer moves. So if the computer move is equals to rock, okay, first we are confirming if the player move is Caesar, then it will move inside this particular block to check the validation. So then we'll check if the we have, then the first here what we are doing is I have selected Caesar, then I will check what the computer is selecting. If the computer have choose rock, then the result what we are doing is we'll store it as you lose. Okay, if I am selecting Caesar and the computer is selecting rock, then I am losing, so it is you lose. Okay, if statement, then else if the computer move is equals to paper, then what will be the result? The result will be tie. Sorry, the result will be win. So results equals to you win. Okay. So if I am selecting Caesar and the computer is selecting paper, then I win. Then again, same thing, it will continue. Else if what the computer move triple equals to, guys, if any part you are not understanding, then just, if the computer move is Caesar and I have also selected Caesar, then as usual the results equals to tie. Okay, clear? Any questions, any doubt? If it is clear, then I get in the chat. Yes, I get in the chat quick, guys. Let's finish this game ASAP. Okay, then this block is selected. Okay, now we are done with the, if we are selecting the Caesar part till this part. Okay, if you are selecting this Caesar, then this is happening. Okay, or else what will we do? Else if, okay, what we are saying right now, we are trying to prove right now, if the player move, okay, if the player move is, that means if we are selecting other than Caesar, anything other than Caesar is something like paper. Okay, if I'm selecting paper, then what will happen? Instead of Caesar, if I'm selecting paper, then what will happen? Okay, if I'm selecting paper, then again I'll be checking the computer's move. Okay, let me copy this for now. If here in this code, if I'm selecting paper, the player's move is paper, and the computer choose rock, then I will win. Okay, if I select, if I select paper and the computer select rock, then I win. If I select paper and computer select paper, then it's a tie. And if I select paper and computer select Caesar, then definitely you lose. Clear till this part? Are you getting the logic? Are you understanding the logic? IGT in the chat if you are clear till this particular part of the game. Yes, interesting. IGT, okay. Okay, I got few no, like what, any doubt, any question? Okay, the same thing we'll do for the rock, okay? Let's do it. Let's do for the rock. Let me select this particular block and paste it again. If I select rock and the computer select rock, then it's a tie. If I select rock, the computer selects paper, then I lose. If I select rock and the computer selects Caesar, then I win. Okay, so this is what the game is now proceeding. But here, let's do one more thing. And again, till now, what we have not done is we have written the logic for the game, like who will win and who will lose. But one thing we have not declared is what, how the random number the computer is booking, how we will pick a random move of the computer. Okay, which is more the interesting part. How we have picked our move, we have done the comparison, but how a random move will be picked from the computer, how the things will be, how that things will be done. So for doing that particular thing, we have something interesting to work on. Okay, to do that thing, we have one more interesting thing to work on. So we'll define a function that is called as pick computer move, which doesn't take any kind of parameter. This function will not take any kind of parameter. Then what we'll do is we'll write a line that will generate a random number between 0 and 1 using the math.random function and stores it in a particular value that is known as random number. Let's do that thing. Okay, so let's do that thing for now. And yeah, let's do it right here. Let's write a function and pick computer move. Okay, then computer const random number equals to math dot random. Okay, this will generate the random method. This will generate a random number and store it in the random number here. All right, so what I'll do, I will then create a variable which is called as a computer move and initial initialize it with an empty string. Okay, I will initialize with a empty string, and this variable will be used to store the computer's move. Okay, this will be used to store the computer's move. So let the computer move equals to a blank one. So I've done it. Yeah. So then let's work on the comparison part. Okay, so this is one of the tricky part which I am telling you first, then I will be writing the code. Okay, so if the random number is greater than equal to 0 and is less than 1 by 3, okay, less than 1 by 3, then the computer's move is set to rock. Okay, 1 out of 3, 1 by 3. So if the random number is greater than equal to 1 by 3 and less than equal to 2 by 3, so it generates random number between 0 and 1. Okay, so if the random number is greater than equal to 1 by 3 and less than equal to 2 by 3, then the move is Caesar. Okay, between 1 by 3 and 2 by 3 paper, between 2 by 3 and 1 will be selecting the move as Caesar. Then we'll return that value, return move, will return that move. The line will return the move of the computer's move variable, which holds a certain value like rock, paper, and Caesar. Are you getting it, or any confusion in this particular part? Bouncer. Okay, okay, all right. So what I'll do is let me write the code and I will explain you, because it will be better if I write the code and I will explain you. If the random number is generated between 0 to 1, okay, this will generate a random number between 0 and 1. So here what I'm saying is we'll be having three slabs: 0, 1 by 2, 2 by 3, and 1. So here we are creating three slabs. So within three slabs, if the number is coming, accordingly our move will be something. So if the random number, let's say the random number that is generated, that will be generated between 0 to 1. So if the random number generated is greater than equal to 0, okay, here the logic understand. If the random number that is generated is greater than equal to 0, and okay, and the random number is, sorry, just a minute. Yes, and the random number is less than equal to 1 by 3. So understand the slab. Between 0 to 1, we are dividing into three equal parts: 0 to 1 by 3 one part, 1 by 2 to 2 by 3 one part, 2 by 3 to 1 another part. We are dividing into three equal slabs, and in between that slab, which number will be coming up, will be taking that as our options. Okay, in between those slabs. Okay, this is what is in a simpler way in which you can understand. Okay, all right, is it somewhat little bit clear, gaming Arshad and Ajit? Yes, is it clear somewhat? So then if it is in the first app, we'll take the computer move, select the computer move as rock. Okay, else if, okay, else if what is happening is the random number we are generating is greater than equals to 1 by 3, the second slab which we are talking about, and the random number, sorry, this random number is less than 2 by 3. So 2 by 3, 0 to 1 by 3, to 1 by 3 to 2 by 3, less than 2 by 3. Then what will be happening is the computer move will be what? Paper, rock, paper, and scissor. Okay, the similar thing will be doing else if it is between 2 by 3 and less than 1. Okay, if it is 2 by 3 and less than 1, then it will be Caesar. Okay, and once it is done, what we'll be doing, we'll be returning the value. Okay, here we are storing a value, we have created a variable, and according to the random number generated, we are giving a value, we are assigning a value to the computer move. Okay, value is there, value is assigned to the computer move. Now we need to return that value, so that we need to return those value of the function, so that it can be stored here in the computer move to check the validation with the player's move. We'll take that value from the computer move, and we'll compare that value with the player move, like which one they have selected, and accordingly we'll decide which who will be the winner of the game and all something. All right. So that is why we need to return the value right here. So here we need to return the computer move. This is how we return a value, and that's it. Now the game is done. Yes, clear. Any questions till now? Any questions you are having right now? You can ask me. Yes. Yeah, this go through this after the session, and it will be clear. Okay, if it is clear, I can see so many people are here. If it is clear, can I get IGT in the chat? Yes. Can I expect IGT in the chat? Crystal clear, Ajit. Okay. Others? There are approx some 42 people are here. Yes, IGT in the chat. All right. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. Go through this, and if you have any doubt, I want everyone to be super active. Okay. Unless and until you be super active, it will be very difficult for me to. So now what I will be doing is, so I will be sharing the screen with you guys. Okay. For the game. So where you will see the output. Okay, where we'll see the output of the game, if it is working or not, and we'll see who is the winner of this particular game. I think there is some issue right here. Okay, yeah, player move is fine, computer move is fine. We are returning the computer move and the player move. Okay, perfect. Just a quick confirmation. Draw paper scissor. Yeah, got it. How many of you are done with the game? Yes. All right. So let me show you this block. Just give me a minute. Uh, just give me a minute. Let me show you the result. Yeah. Just a minute. Why this is happening? Just just a minute. I got some issue with the spot. I'm sharing the screen. Okay. For how many of you it is working? Well and good. Yes. All right. So let's start. Let me give you. I'm just sharing the screen. Just give me a moment. Uh, Save it. Okay, the previous game is there. Okay. All right. So here, what I am doing is let's do it. Let's share the screen. Okay, I have done few changes in the design right now. Okay, the screen is shared right now. Okay. Yeah, right now you can see you have, is it interesting? Now I have done few changes in the design part. Okay. Yeah, everyone can see the page is visible. Visible. Are you ready to start the game? Yes? No? Only if you are ready to start the game, ready. I want. Guys, if you're finding this session interesting, if you find this game interesting, just write. Just like the button and you can just write interesting in the chat. Interesting in the chat. You can go on interesting. Yeah. So let's play the game if you are enjoying. So here we have rock. We have, let me zoom in a bit. Okay. Here we have rock, we have paper, and we have Caesar. When I select rock, here you can see you picked rock and the computer picked Caesar. Will get an alert. You picked rock and the computer picked Caesar and you win. You'll get something like this. Like I picked rock, the computer picked Caesar, and I win. If I select paper, you can see you picked paper, the computer picked paper, and it's a tie in the alert. And again, if I click on Caesar, you picked Caesar, the computer picked paper, and I win. All right, done. Yes, how many of you are done with the game? How many of you have completed along with me? Yes, how many of you have completed this game along with me? Let me see how many of you have completed. Yes, can I have you? Okay, done. Very good. Very good. All right. What's pop-up you haven't called? Any alert function? Have you? Yes, I have called any alert function, but I think it's not visible right now. Okay, just give me a minute, guys. Just a minute. Yeah, yeah. All right. So okay, done. I get knowledge of is done. Arun is done. Stain is doing it, done as well. Ankush is saying going well, going on. Okay, very good. Thank you, everyone. So those who are trying, it's a very so. What is the assignment or what you can how you can take the game to the next level? Okay, when someone is like when I picked rock, you can say you can write that like option instead of alert. What you can do is you can write the result in a like you can create a like winning scorecard something like this. You can create a section of it and you can okay, what I'll do is let me build a sheet google sheet where, uh, just give me a minute where you can submit your assignment. Okay, uh, just give me a minute. Okay, the team will be sharing with you. You need to what you need to provide assignments. Okay, just give me a minute. I'm just preparing a day one assignment. So you will be sharing the link out there of all the three, day two, day one, day two, and day three, right there. And just sharing a link with you guys. Okay, and day three assignment links. Okay, okay. So The link is copied. I'm just sharing in the chat. Okay, I have shared with the team. The team will be sharing. Yes. What? Um, exactly. This also you can follow. So this is like not the efficient code which I'm suggesting. The link is shared with you guys. Okay. There are. Thank you for sharing. The link is shared. There you can submit your assignments. Okay. There you can go there, write your name, and you can submit your assignments right there. Okay. All right. I think now you can make the game better by improving the logics. Okay, working on the logics, statement, the conditional statement. You can make it in more like working on the font design. You can store the value. You can run a loop. Like this game will be a 3 round game or 2 round game, and the loop will continue for 3 times. From this you will decide the like if first time the computer wins, second time you win, and the third time the computer wins, then the computer is the final winner for this particular series. A game will be of the series will this will be a 3 times series, and accordingly the winner will be decided. And you can also show the result like the computers you have choose rock. In the round one you have choose rock, computer has choose paper, and the winner is this. You can also put somewhere in the bottom, and you can create one more button if the 3 round is finished, winner is decided. You can create a button for the play again. This is how you can improve this game and make it better. Okay, clear everyone? Gaming usher and all. Yeah, you can post successfully post the certificate on the LinkedIn, tag me or tag the team, so that I can accelerate it. Write the name of the project, all the assignments you have done throughout the whole 3 days, throughout the sessions and all. So this will be something exciting. Okay, so now what we have done is we are done with the function part. That we are left with a few more things. Okay, yeah, the screen is there and haven't changed. So let's move to the VS Code right now. Okay, let's move to the VS Code. So let me share the VS Code screen. Just a minute. Okay, so we are done with this game. So your assignment is to make a better version of it and submit. All right. So over here, what I'll be doing is let's create one more file and let's name it as. So let's go with this file only, the function file. All right. Rules of naming we are done. Okay, there is one more thing which you need to learn is, let me come to that particular part. Just a minute. Yes, there are few of the things you need to know about the function. Let's say we have a function, and its role is to collect the tax, calculate the tax. So cal tax, and here in this parameter to calculate the tax, we need to know about the tax cost and the tax percentage. What is the according to the cost, how much cost you have done, and you need to know the tax percentage, and accordingly the final calculation of tax is generated after knowing the value, cost, and the tax percentage. So let's the cost value of, you have two parameters, cost and tax percent, percent. Okay, and then after having those two, what you're gonna do is console.log. We're gonna log it, and here what we're gonna log it, we need to know about the tax percentage. Okay, and for the final calculation of it, what you need to do is this will be a calculation of the cost along with the tax percentage. Okay, this is accumulation of these two things. So I am doing a operation. So here is a multiplication operator. I am logging the value in the console, and this is what it is doing right now. Okay, so this is how the final calculation or the declaration part is done for the function. Now to make it work, we need to call it. So how to call it? Just write cal tax. Okay, and then inside it you need to pass the value. So for the cost, let's it be 2000, and for the comma, then for the tax percentage, let it be 20. Okay, percent. So save it. So that is 0.2, and if we run this in the browser, you will find what value is logged. So what you can do is, along with it, let me add the backticks. Okay, and here will it work? Yes, it will. The calculated tax is this with, okay, with the as cost and tax percent as, okay. So let's see if it is tax percent as tax percent into 100. Sorry. So let's see if we are getting the right output or not. Okay. Okay, where are you from? I am from India. Okay. Yeah. So let me share the screen. Just give me a moment. Okay. All right. Where is the window VS Code? Okay. This is what. Yeah. Is it visible? Yes. So here you can see the calculated tax is 400 with the cost that we have entered as 2000, and the tax percentage is 20%. Okay. So here we have a uh, here let's say one issue that can happen along with it. So let me share the VS Code. Just give me a moment. Let me share the VS Code along with you guys. This here, this is your task, and you need to respond like what will be the output of this. Okay, I have shared the VS Code screen. Okay, so what I'll be doing is tel cat. Okay, and here I'll just enter the 5000 as the cost value, but what I'll be doing is I'll not add the tax percentage value. So what will be the output of this if I enter this? Yes, can anyone share what will be the output of this, the second one? Yes, anyone who can answer? Okay, clear. What will be the output of this particular program? Yes, Prashant, can you answer in the chat? Okay, error. Okay, let's see others. What others can respond? Okay, not exactly. You will not get error. You will get something like this. Let me share the screen. Okay, error. I guess. Okay, I got two answers. Others. Others. Yes. Okay, let me share the screen of the browser so that you can have a look of what it is. So here you can see, okay, the screen is shared right now. Yeah, here you can see you are getting something as NAN percentage. Okay, you are getting something as NAN. Why? Because in this particular case, we have not defined the tax percentage. We have not said what is a tax percentage. So by default, like so that is the reason why we have not defined, because it is undefined, so we are getting in that is not a number in the chat. Okay, in the console. So how to fix those issues? To fix these issues, there are two kind of things. Okay, this is the issue. If you forget to pass certain value, that is mandatory. If you're forgetting it, you get something like this. And to fix this issue, there are two things you can do. First thing, you need to fix by passing the value, which we have not done. The second thing, you can store a default value to avoid this kind of issues. Okay, first thing is, uh, this is the two things you how you can get rid of these issues, right? Okay, I think clear. IGT in the chat, yeah, if you are getting the answer correct. Okay, all right, yeah, yes, NaN, yeah, all right. So this is basically about, in this lesson what we have learned. In this lesson we have learned about the function, how to reuse it, and we have how to return a value and get a value out of a function that we have covered, and we have learned about the parameters to put into a function, not a number in a n. All right. So here we have learned about regular function. Okay, there is something that is called as arrow function. Can anyone tell me what is the arrow function? Till then, what I'm doing is I'm moving my screen to the VS Code. Okay, till then I'm moving my screen to the VS Code till that particular interval of time. You can anyone tell me what is a arrow function? Okay, I have shared the screen. You'll be getting it right there. Okay, what is a arrow function? Yes. Anyone? Thank you, Sumit, for answering. Yes. Anyone who can answer me? We have few minutes left. Let's complete the stuff that we are left with. Yes. Anyone who can answer? All right. So let me give you a quick glance of it. How the regular function, arrow function is a kind of look like this. Okay. Good. Perfect. All right. So I will write a normal regular function, and I will generate or write a arrow function of it. So uh, here let's create a constant, then calculate the area equals to function, then the name of then inside the function we need to pass the radius. Okay, and then we need to return a value that is 3.14 star radius to the power 2. Okay, it will return that value, and to get the value what we can do is console log area. Okay, we can like console dot log, sorry, area, or what I can see is area of area with dollar sign radius is dollar sign calc area. Okay, then end it right there. It will console.log for us. Okay, then what you can do is we can call it call area, and here inside it we can pass any radius, something like mm, let's give it 10, sorry, 10. Okay, So basically this is what a normal function looks like. Okay, this is what a normal function looks like. Okay, but in our particular case, okay, uh, yeah, return a value by default, yeah, but in the how we can write a like arrow function version of it. Or let's take one more example for now. Okay, let's take one more example for now. Let me uh, write a arrow function expression. How we can do that? Let me first write the normal function. Okay, like a greeting. Okay, and just this is one of the regular expression, and one more expressions which you can also write do is this function. Okay, hi, my name is name. Okay, this is how you write a normal function. And if you want to like um, write the same thing, like or you can say is const. Hi, this is how this normal function looks like. Or again, what we can do is one more thing. What we can do is arrow function expressions. We also we can write it. So one more thing that we can do is just give me a moment. Yeah. So for this particular case, what you can do is const. Okay. Then the calculate the area equals to, this is how we write it, radius. Okay, you can see we do not need the function keyword right here. Okay, it's as easy as simpler way of writing it. Then the arrow function, and inside after this you can just directly write 3.14 star. You can see how easy radius to the power 2, and you are done. Okay, and simply what you can do is simply const area, sorry, area equals to calc area, pass in a radius value something as 5. Okay, and then you can just console.log. Okay, okay, this is what you can do it. Okay, this is one of the way in which you can see how simpler this thing becomes. Okay, how simpler this thing becomes when you write a normal function and when you write a arrow function. So basically what it is like, uh, one more thing you need to understand this. You can create arrow functions with the, you can create the function expressions that we have created like here also using the arrow functions. And it is basically started after the ES6 standard, but the arrow function cannot be declared, it can only be expressed. Okay, you cannot declare a arrow function, it can only be expressed. Okay, so this is what you need to, the arrow function here, if you write the argument and then, yeah, you the function expression you have assigned to it. mm, Let me take, give you example also. It can only be like if you do the declaration, in the declaration part you cannot use it, only uh, for the expression part. Let me take one example, like just give me a moment. Yeah, Okay, I will come up with one more explanation at the end, which will be much more clearer and beneficial for you. Okay, so let's move to the next topic. Is it clear about the game and the functions? Is it clear? Any kind of questions? Any questions you have? Exponential, for the exponential thing, I am using the double star. For the multiplication, we need to like radius to the power 2, radius square. For that we need double star, not single star. So that's why we I am doing that. Okay, clear? Okay, got it. Any more questions right here, or shall we move to our next topic, that is the DOM? Okay, let's move to our next topic, that is the DOM manipulation. Okay, what is the DOM, like document object manipulation in JavaScript? Yes, can anyone tell me what is DOM manipulation? Let's see how many of you can answer it. Yes, let's see. Anyone who can answer? Okay, yes. Let's see how many of you can answer this question. DOM. Okay. Okay, the full from. Okay. All right. Guys, I want you to be super active in the chat because this is a very important part of the course. So be active right here. Let's see. Yes. No answer. No idea. Yes. Document object manipulation. Very good. Okay. So here we'll be learning about that. That is the DOM. Let me create a new file. DOM dot html. DOM. Okay. So here let's move to this. All right, so let's start. We have like 30 minutes with us. In this lesson we'll be gonna learn one of the most important feature of JavaScript called document object model, or the DOM, document object model. And we can use this to improve our game that we have built, that is the rock paper scissors. Okay, for this I have created a new file for our session. Okay, so here we can like what we'll be doing, we have built a game, we can now use it to improve the game. Okay, what you can do is just give me a moment, let me check why it is not working. Yeah, just give me a moment. Yes. Okay, all right, so what we'll be doing is, let's work on this rock paper and scissors. Here what we'll be doing is, or what, let me tell you in this as a, just give me a minute. All right, so here JavaScript HTML dot will start with the topic. So here, as you know, the document object model of a particular page, for this, for a HTML DOM tree object, here the first thing that we have in this particular case is the document. Okay, the first parent that we have on the tree, let me see if I can share the screen of a whiteboard. Yeah, I need to sign in. Let me open the whiteboard so that I can share with you the uh, things that can be done. was, yes. All right. So let's share the screen. So I am sharing the screen of the whiteboard so that it will be easier for you to understand. Okay. So here, let's consider the screen is shared. You'll be seeing right now. So at the top, what we have is the uh, you can see this we have as document. Okay, document as the parent, and after this, what we are left with is after the document. Then we have the root element of the HTML. Okay, then we have the element of the HTML. So let me write here under this root HTML. Okay, so after this document we have as a child of this document is root HTML. Okay, similarly this root HTML has different kind of child also. As we have learned, it has a, head HTML and it has a body. Okay, by default in the boilerplate what we see HTML, then head and the body. Okay, so similarly it has two child. Okay, we have something that is named as, let's name it as head, HEAD. Okay, and let me reduce the size, and we have one more child right here. That is the, that is not working. Copy paste duplicate here. Then we have something that is called as the body. Okay, again the head has also multiple child. It has title, it has the text to the title. Okay, so what it has, it has a title. Head has a title, it has link, it has scripts. Okay, it has a lot of things, so I'm just giving a broader idea. Okay, this head has a title, and inside each title we have something that is called as text part. Okay, we have something called as the text part as a child of this title. Similarly, what we have right here is every body also has few of the things. You have like href tag, we have anchor tag. Let's consider, let's our body has something that is called as a link, which is a tag, anchor tag. And anchor tag, what it has, anchor tag has a child that is known as, what can be the child of anchor tag, that is the text part which has the link. Okay, which has the link. Okay, similarly, in the like body, we can have more child. Okay, let's see, we have one more child that is h1 tag. Okay, we have one more tag that can be a h1 tag, and we can have so this is how the tree looks like. Okay, and the h1 tag also has the text inside it. Got it? So this is how the tree structure, the parent to the child structure, it has with this object model. Are you getting it? Is it easy to understand? Yes, clear. All right. So here in this particular structure, JavaScript can change all the HTML element in the page. Okay, JavaScript can change all the HTML element of the page. JavaScript can change all the HTML attributes in the page. These are the two things that it can do. Okay, can change the HTML element, can change the HTML attributes. Okay, JavaScript can also change all the CSS styles of the page. Okay, what the power that JavaScript gets, I'm telling, JavaScript can change HTML attributes. It can change all the CSS styles. Also JavaScript can remove the existing HTML and the attributes. And also what JavaScript can do, JavaScript can also create new HTML events in a particular page. So we'll also learn everything in details. Okay, so this is what you can say. This DOM act as a, uh, what you can say is, it's a this model acts defines a certain kind of standards to access certain kind of documents. This DOM, which is given by W3C, it specifies, builds a certain kind of standards, create a certain kind of standards to access a document. Okay, in HTML DOM, okay, this HTML elements, HTML DOM, it is one you can say is a standard object model, and HTML elements is considered as object, and the properties of all the HTML, it has all the properties. HTML elements has all the properties. Then we have the methods to access the HTML elements. Then we have different events also to access. So let's learn about different kind of methods for as accessing this element. So how we can, so HTML DOM can be accessed with JavaScript. HTML D or document object model can be accessed with the JavaScript. Okay, with also not only JavaScript, it can be accessed with different other programming languages. But since now we are focusing on JavaScript, we'll focus on that. So the programming interface here, the HTML is so it has HTML elements. All the HTML elements in this document object model are defined as objects. Okay, and everyone and it is associated with a property which is a value that you can uh, like set or get, like, or you can change the content of that HTML element. Then we have a method in action, method which is you can consider like what to do along with that property. You have an object, we have a property that is used for the changing, and the method is to specify what action to do on that HTML element, whether to add, whether to delete, whether to change, whether to replace, what to do. It is justified by a method. So for that, let's take an example. Here we'll be using a document, and we'll be accessing that document along with a method that is called as a get element by id. And here with that method we will be accessing to the inner HTML of that the method which we have selected. Let's we have selected a paragraph, and to access that paragraph we need to access the inner HTML, that is a property to access the, to change the inner HTML of that particular element which we are selecting, and then we can work on changing on it. Is it sounding a bit clear, or like you need? Okay, let me give you an example, a quick example which will make it a little bit easier. Let's move to the code. Okay, let's move to the code so that this things becomes much more clearer. So what I'll be doing is, let me share the screen of the VS code. Just give me a minute. Let me share the screen of the VS code. And three, yeah. All right, so here what I'll be doing is, I have shared the screen. You'll be seeing right now. Yeah, thank you. All right, you'll be seeing right now. Yeah, you have seen. So right now what I'll be doing is, inside this HTML document, what I'll be doing is, I'll be creating a h1 tag DOM document object model, basically used for manipulations we'll be doing and all stuff right here. So in this DOM, what we'll be doing is, we'll be creating, let's create an element. Let's create one paragraph, give it a name as id is DOM p, DOM as p. Okay, and this is a paragraph. Okay, save it. Okay, so how it will look, let me share the screen. So how this thing will look on the browser. Mhm. So this, okay, sorry. So this will look something like this. So what I want to do right now is, I want to change the content of this paragraph. Okay, what I want to do is I want to change the content of the paragraph using the JavaScript. So let me write a code. Okay, how to do that? How to do this? Some simple things. For this, what I can do is I'll be opening my VS Code and I'll just write a single line of code just to do this simple task. So to do this, what I'll be doing inside the body, I'll add a script tag, and inside this script tag, what I'll be adding is I will be adding I'll be accessing the parent one, that is a document, and in the document I'll be get element by ID. Sorry, I'll be accessing a method, that is get element by ID. Then the name of the ID which I am accessing, that is DOM as P. Then with the method I want to what I want to do operations, I want to change the content of this paragraph. So I need to work on the inner HTML property. Okay, and inner HTML property, what I gonna do is I want to change it to a certain string equals to this is a modified PARAGRABH. So here what will happen is when I run this previously, let me jump to the browser to show you the demonstration window. You can see now it is changed to you can let me move to the code part. So you can see this is the HTML part. Here we have the this particular block. If I delete this block, okay, uh, delete this element, reload it, or what I'll do is I'll just for now comment the script part, and you can see, yeah, I have commented the script part. So this is a paragraph. When I uncomment the script part, now you can see this is how you can modify. You can see this is a modified paragraph because of this particular script. And you can see in the P tag also, the inner HTML part, the content part is also changed. This is a modified paragraph. Yes, is it working for everyone? Yes, no, in the chat. Are you able to understand? IGT or clear? I got it in the chat. Are you getting it? Yes. So this is how you can manipulate, change the content of a web page. Okay. All right. So let's move to the next part. Okay. If you have any other questions, if you have any other concern, guys, do let me know so that I can help you out. Okay. All right. So this is one thing what we have learned right now. I have shared the screen. It will be visible right now for you. Just VS Code will be visible to you. Yeah. Just give me a moment. Yeah. Now it is visible. Thank you. All right. Can you repeat which part you want to repeat? Okay. Yeah, I can repeat, no issues. So this was the initial paragraph. Okay, this is the paragraph, this is the content of the paragraph. So, and if I want to replace this content of the paragraph with the text which I want using the JavaScript, one of the way, like using or not JavaScript, one of the way, like using the document object model, I am accessing the document through this document, the whole DOM document. I'm using the get element by ID to fetch a certain kind of element which you want to change. I am using the get element by ID method to pick a element with the ID as as P, DOM as P. Then I want to change this change the content of this paragraph. So I am accessing a property that is known as inner HTML. And what I want to replace with, I want to replace this is a paragraph to this is a modified paragraph. This is what I want to do. So this is what happening if I write this block of code. Arun, is it clear? Yes? All right. So let's move to the next part of this. Okay, so this is all about the get element by id method and inner html property. Okay, then let's document object, then let's learn about the dom document objects. Okay, then we have a document objects. So there are different kind of html finding different elements. There are different ways. One which you have used by using the get element by id. Okay, the others which you can use is get element by tag name, get element by class name. Okay, this is other way for accessing different element through this. You can also change the html elements by accessing the inner html, which we do to change the inner content of the to change the inner html of an element. You can also change the attributes, the style attributes and all attributes. You can change the attribute by writing the dot attribute property. In place of dot inner html, you can just write dot attribute equals the attribute which you want to set. Okay, you can update the attributes, change the attributes. Even you can change the style property. I want to change this color of a particular text on click of a button. That also you can do by accessing elements, which is you have selected dot property name. You can write the dot style concatenate with dot property which you want to change equals to the property name. Okay, are you getting it? So something like this. Let me show you. So like here dot style, like dot here you pick the element. Okay, then dot style dot the property which you want to change. Okay, equals to the property. You can assign it with a property which you want. So this is how you can change even for the deletion of a particular child html. Let's say on click of a button I want to remove a certain paragraph. So document, then remove the elements, remove child dot property. You can add dot remove child and specify in the parenthesis. You can specify which element you want to remove, and it will remove an html element for you. Clear? Is it interest? Are you able to understand this stuff? Yes. So this is all about the documents manipulations. Okay. Then you have one more things what we can talk about is, so we have learned about how the tree structure looks like, dot element by id and all stuff. To remove an element, what to do, and there are one more thing you need to understand. What is a difference between dot inner html and dot inner text? Can anyone tell me? Dot inner html we have used, which is changing the content of an element. Like here in this particular case we have used dot inner html to change the content. It will return the this is a paragraph and we are changing the whole content of this. And here if whereas if we use the dot inner text, it will only return the visible text and not return the html tags. Okay, so let me let me take one example. Okay, let me show you one example. Mm, here mm, okay, in this particular case let me show you one example. So here in the html part what I'll be doing is uh, yeah, this will be a long example but both for you to understand. So what I'll be doing is let's create two things. Let me create a division. Okay, give it a id equals to I or DOM check. Okay, and then this is for checking. Let's say we have a certain course in it. CO code something. Okay, this is checking course, and here what you can do is just I'm writing random tags right here. Okay, and then what I'll do is I'll create two buttons. Okay, to check two things for like to see the it will fetch the element by id and give show you the inner text, and it will show you the inner html. So on button click, one button click. Okay, on click. Okay, on button click, what it will do is it will trigger a inner html inner html function. Okay, it will trigger a inner html function, and this let me write here inner html. Okay, and same thing I will do one more button for the inner text inner text function, inner text. Save it. Let me open with live server, and here let's write a function. When you click on this button, what will happen? Okay, when we click on this particular button, what will happen? So let's write uh, that code also. um, Let me write that. Just remember. All right, function, then in html function, and in this inner html function, what I'm gonna do is let text a variable like, and this will be fetching the inner text. So let's take x for now. X is a variable for now, which will fetch the document dot get element by id. Okay, and here we have a element by id, which is the id name which we have already set, that is doms dom check. Okay, it will fetch that document by id, and what it will do right now is it will alert us. Okay, it will alert us few things. What it will alert us, it will alert the that element's inner text. Okay, so x dot inner sorry inner html. Okay, the same thing will write the function, but this time will write for the inner text. Inner text. Okay, let me run this. Okay, so what it will do is it will show us the visible part, and it will not show us the non-visible part. Okay, so in the visible part what it is, and non-visible part what it is, just for your clarification let me show you guys. Okay, just for your clarification let me show you guys. So the visible part will be something like, let's see, this part is very important. Okay, so here let me Okay, the screen is shared with you. Just it will be sharing with you. Just give it a moment. All right. Yeah, yeah. Now it is shared. So you can see here this div, okay, this div, and this is the whole part. Here we have the this is checking, then we have something as codes, okay. Then this is the deep part which you are seeing right now. So what I said, in if you click on the inner HTML, it will show us a whole content, the visible part and the non-visible part, okay, which you are seeing right now in the alert. But if you see click on the dot inner text, you'll see the only the visible part, invisible part, that is this. Some part of the code, some tags are not visible directly, so invisible part will be hidden right here. Okay, clear? Okay, so this is how output you will see. You'll see in the example that inner text property sets or returns the text content as a plain text of a specified node, and all the descendants, whereas in the inner HTML property gets and sets all everything that is happening, that is it is showing the descendants or the descendant child. What we have, it is not shown right here in the inner text part. The descendant what we have in the deep part, we have a descendant as the child, a descendant as the course. That part is not visible, only the child part is visible. But in inner HTML, the whole part is visible, whereas in the inner text part only the visible part is visible, not its other descendants of descendant childs are not visible. Okay, here the descendant child is the course that is not visible, only the direct child that is visible. Okay, got it? If it is got it, IGT in the chat. So these examples are very important. IGT, I got it in the chat. Yes, no. All right. So this was about the document object model function. Then the JavaScript, we have few more things. Okay, the get element by ID. This is a very important part which you need to understand, and even the document object model event listening. Okay, this part is there are different kind of, we can add any event listener. Okay, and that event listener will fire when someone clicks on a particular button. The event listener will be fired when someone clicks on a particular button. Okay, so just 5 minutes will be done. If you find it interesting, guys, do hit a like if you are enjoying the sessions. Okay, yeah. So what is the next thing that we have is the add event listener method. There is one more method. Get element by id is one method. One more method which you'll be learning is add event listener. So this event listener fires when the users clicks on certain kind of button or does something. So here, mm, let's do one thing. Yeah, let's do one thing. Write a function in this particular case, which program which you have written here. What we'll be doing is we'll write a function, and what it will do is to display date. Okay, and here document, sorry, document dot get element by, sorry, get element by id. Okay, and here which element you want to pick. Let's pick one. Let's do one more thing, that is dom as AAP. This is a paragraph. Okay, so let's pick that element dom ASAP. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll change its inner HTML, the whole content part. We'll be checking it using the date with the date. All right, so then this is what we are doing, display date. And when this display date will be triggered, how this display date will be triggered, we have a function. Then let's work on the triggering part, how this will be triggered. So when the access the document dot, how it will be triggered to change. So when document dot get element by id, okay, get element by id, and here we have two buttons, right? Let's give it a button id, in html btn, okay. Document dot get element by id inner html button, okay. When we click on this, then the add event listener will trigger. And which event we are doing? When the click operation on the button is happening, event, the click event, when the click event is happening, at that particular case, what I need to do is I want to run a function that is known as display date. And when I run this function display date, okay, call the function display date, this function will be triggered, which will change my paragraph content, okay, which will change my paragraph content, and that will be changed to the date, okay. So let's see the example if it is working or not. So let me share the screen. So these are the few things how you can play around with the web page using the JavaScript, okay. So this is important for that particular case, okay. So let me share the screen, just few moment. Yeah, you can see I have I have created an event listener for this event inner HTML. When I click on this particular button, on click event, it will trigger a function, okay. It will trigger a function that is for the displaying of the date, okay. That is for the display date, and it will change the this is a modified paragraph, it will change this to the date, okay. So inner HTML I am clicking on, you see the alert, I click on OK, and now you can see the date is displayed in this particular paragraph. All right, interesting. Are you able to learn something new? Yes, I learned some. Yes. All right, so this is how the manipulation thing you can work on. These are very important part, how you can use this DOM, okay. So even you can access all the child, you can traverse through all child of the tree. You can change the css, which I say event handling. This is how event you can handle by add event listener, okay. On click what will happen. So this is what it is, okay. So there are few of the things which you need. So if you want to navigate around different nodes, if you want to go from one nodes to other, that also you can do. Like from one element you can navigate to another, that also you can do by using the what you can say is, if you want to access a particular document and a particular node that you have seen, like in the h1, if you have one more child, if you want to access that child's node value, that also you can access, okay. To access the inner html property is same as if you want to access a particular node value. Node value is similar to inner html content, okay. So here if you want to access the first child, then child node, you can just write uh, something like this document. I'm just giving you a quick explanation, like document dot here in this part, okay. Let me rewrite this, okay. Just give dot get element by id, okay. dom asap, you want to access the first child, so child node, okay. And 0 first you want to access, and you want to get the inner html, there you can just write node value. This is how you can access the inner html of the first child of the dom asap, okay. So this is how you can traverse, you can traverse from one child to another and all through this by accessing different node. First child, you can also, instead of you can just write, instead of child node, you can just write the first child dot node value to get the value of the first child of that particular element. Okay, this is how you can play around with the code. Okay, sorry. Okay, all right, sorry, just give me a moment, let me share the VS code. All right. So you know that assignment, guys. Do complete the assignment. The link is shared. I am sharing the again the link for the submission of the assignment. If you are not getting, it's there. So submit those. Submit all your assignment, and you hope you had a great day, great time learning. How many of you have learned something new, exciting? You can just try. Was it interesting? Did you learn something new throughout the session? Yes. All right. So you can just post your certificate, tag Let's Upgrade, tag me and the team. And thank you. A special thanks to the moderator for being there for the 3 days and helping us around throughout the. Guys, you can thank the moderator in the chat. Thank you for being there and helping us throughout all the queries, all your queries that you guys are having and all. So that's it for today. If you have any questions, I'm ready to take the questions right now, or else you can end the session right here. All right, you can send the assignment link right here. All right, assignments right here. All right, enjoyed. All right, so thank you everyone for being there. That's it for today, and let's connect with each other. Tag Let's Upgrade, share your all your feedback and certificates in the LinkedIn and all. All right, good night then. Have a great day. Yeah, bye bye.